Yo guys, today we're going to react to a Dr. Pitanger video about the closure controversy. Let's watch this and see what does he think about the controversy. Like I cannot understand Super's point, but I want to hear his point.
Since super quote-unquote controversy, I've wanted to talk about a subject, and I figured the recent super quote-unquote controversy would actually be a good segue. On a side note, why is this word even written like this? Like, can English
Wait, so segue is pronounced like that or written like that? Okay, I didn't know that. I always thought that it was sick. Not gonna lie. Like I've seen this in Wuthering Waves using this word. I didn't know that's I didn't know segue is how you pronounce it. What?
makes sense for one? Anyway, I'm sure you've seen the controversy by now, but let's divide this video in multiple points.
Okay. What is the confusion about? How about if closure is good for the meta?
Basically, Supa was arguing that Closure was just a decent unit instead of one that is batshit insane like Exousia Alter, Silver Alter, or Wong. So
Why she like I understand understand that she's not that amazing, but why he's comparing to I guess he like I get like shouldn't he compare to characters? Well, I guess he's just comparing the meta characters, right? Currently.
some people retort that she was, in fact, insane and showed a funny combo involving her that allowed her to deploy your entire team in a range with S2 right from the beginning of the map, to which Supa simply answered that this has only meme potential.
Why take on this specific meta?
Supa is completely right. Generate
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. Damn, he doesn't even try to sugarcoat it. Like I wish he just kind of was try to. I wish Butterfinger just tried to drag on the real answer, and then just to drag out the video. But nope, he just straight out said it.
DP has never been an issue at all since Flagpipe was a thing. Ines and Silver Alter made generating DP even easier, and apart from some extremely high CC with some specific risks, or maybe in reclamation algorithm where deploying your units faster means you can gather resources faster.
Interesting. Hear that, Virgon? Um, what you call closure is good for RA.
I can't see any point to this. In IS only, because that's the mode this channel specializes in, if you have 1 billion attack speed in IS-5, your server generates 1 billion DP
Oh.
anyway. And in other IS with less crazy stuff, I can't really think of many specific stages where this is more relevant than opening with an S or Silver Alter. What's that? Did I mention specific stages? Well, funny you're asking.
Where am I going with this? Okay.
It seems pretty obvious for those who watch my IS viability preview analysis, but notice how I rarely talk about very vague, even ethereal stuff like that unit is good or bad, and how I usually go all the way to try and find some applications for specific stages. Stages with drones, stages with bosses, relic synergy,
I don't think I watched the Pitanger that much to the point that I can understand what he's saying.
and so on. For example, in my closure analysis, I actually yapped way more about S1, a skill that can give a shield every 16 seconds
Oh, interesting. S1?
maximum to use summon in another operator which could allow to tank Yi or Wong, rather than talking about S2 which only seems another operator which could allow to tank Yi.
Teng Yi? Who's Yi? Or Wang? I know Wang. Are they a boss actually? I didn't even think about it. Are they a boss somewhere?
Yi or Wong, rather than
Yes.
talking about S2 which only seems like a decent opener to me, which slowly brings me to the main point of this video.
The segue.
Lately, I received some comments asking me why don't I make longer videos to explain more ins and outs of IS and its intricacies. The side answer I've had to this is IS has way too many ins of IS and its
We want an 80-minute. That's like 1 hour or something. 1 hour. Okay. Yeah, I feel that would be a good video for me to actually watch.
intricacies. The side answer I've had to this is IS has way too many intricacies. There are weird interactions and weird combos everywhere, like fucking Durin being a meta unit because it's a caster that would take a useless caster slot in a Hand of Rumble team that Rosmontes can actually use to summon pillars because it's the cheapest caster with a normal redeployment cooldown. Did it just sound like I just
What the fuck?
spoke Chinese and that seems like a completely useless comment for the vast majority of players? Yes, Because it is, but that's not even the main answer.
The main plot.
My main answer is, I don't want to be holding your hand. IS and Arknights in general is a complex game
Damn, this is not about closure anymore. It's about IS now, okay?
mode with tons of powerful interactions for you to discover. And I feel that 99.9% of the showcases with 5 quotes on YouTube do an extremely poor job at this. Like, yeah, let me watch the 100th fight against Patriots or the 300th fight
You don't need to illustrate, you know what videos I'm talking about.
against Origium slugs. Surely this will teach me a lot about the ins and outs of this unit. To illustrate
That's kinda true. Like... Oh fuck, he's going to talk about her. No, stop!
this point, when Hulheyak Alpha module was released, barely anyone talked about it, and most people disregarded it in favor of Gnosis, and I feel like it's a mistake, because this is the best way to not know what you can do. Here's the best example I can find. Hulheyak says you have 1 extra HP on each
Why? Why? I don't want to learn how to use her. Oh well, let's hear it, I guess.
fight. So, what happens if you leak 1 enemy in the remnant of consciousness?
Okay. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Now what?
Interesting,
Yeah, it's interesting.
isn't it? I tried looking it up. I saw literally no showcase of this. The
Oh, really? No showcase?
wiki doesn't mention anything about
The wiki doesn't mention it? Oh, that's rough, buddy. What? Damn. Damn. What? Really? Damn. I didn't know that.
this. It's like people don't know that you can do that. I know some smart asses will come at me saying, yeah, but this is obvious. After all, it says that you have 1 extra life point. Yeah, okay, buddy. How many among you knew this worked like that before seeing it?
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I didn't know even she has that. But the fact that the wiki doesn't even mention it, damn, she, like, I don't like her, but damn, she's really that ignored, huh?
My main point is, log off. Stop watching useless quote-unquote showcases on YouTube and play the fucking game. This is already something I talked about in another video. I feel like too many people have opinions about stuff they actually don't even know about. And the reason is they actually don't play the units and prefer watching new units against Patriot or Slugs all day instead.
Well, mostly because I would think that people watch this, especially like someone like me, only because we want to know that the resources that we invest are valuable or not. Like for new players, for like for new players like me, I guess. Like for the veterans, I don't know, but for me, I want to know if the investment I'm going to put on this character is it worth it or not. So that's why I always try to watch tier lists, always want to watch other videos to see if is it worth it for me to invest on this character instead of, and so that, like, the reason I try to know if closure is good or not is only because of one thing. Like, I'm probably going to buy a ticket for the for the sister thing, but I don't know if I want to use on Ines right now, because I was hoping there probably going to be a replacement for Ines in a way. Like Silver Ash is good, but I need 2 Vanguards. like like I thought that one insanely good Vanguard is enough, but I feel like I need two good Vanguards right now. And I just need to use Silver Ash more creatively, I guess. But right now, the other slot is I think Silver Ash is okay, but I think the other slot, like obviously I can use Myrtle or what is that guy's name? Elysium. But I kind of want a better utility for him, for the other Vanguard, and I want a damage dealing one so that at least I can deal damage for early enemies that come out, because what you call it? Silver Edge doesn't deal that much damage to kind of help me defend the base for a while generating DP, and he doesn't generate DP with as skill 2. Skill 1 and skill 3, obviously he generates DP. Like, I think someone saw in comments say that something like that. I know it generates DP, but do you use S1? Like I feel like S1 is a rare. I feel like it's very rare for a call. You know, it's very rare to use S1. Like even S3 is a very niche one to use because you need to like S3 essentially makes you force you to have a slot or take a slot, and that slot is technically useless because you are using it just so that what I call you're using one extra slot just so that another character can be that what you call not expensive. And sometimes people use robots or something like that to do it to make it what you call to make the character like 5 TP or something. But I feel like that's kind of weird. Obviously, they can probably use a what you call a cheap unit that is still useful to put. But then then you need to wait for way long to put that unit because it's now expensive. Like I would assume that most cheap units are are probably characters that are going to be used immediately. But yeah, S3 is well. There's also that thing. Like I feel like there's they give something that makes game let the characters have a blizzard or something. I want to test it out, but my Silver Edge is still E1. But yeah, the okay, we're talking about the video thing. Like I said, like I feel like this video kind of help people kind of see see it clearly how strong the damage is sometimes or how it used in stages, but I guess in IS it's kind of useless, right? Like, and it's not like they can showcase it in what I call in well RA can, but for CC, like obviously they can showcase it in CC because CC is not always coming. Doesn't like it's not CC is not here right now, so they can even test if CC is good on the character. Yeah, but I cannot understand for new players. This is only for new players. For veterans, I don't understand why they will actually watch videos.
No, this is not how you learn how to play the game. That's like saying you learn how to drive by watching people driving. This is also why I really don't like tier lists, despite having done one myself a long time ago, and prefer stating what units are good in what role or in what specific situations. Another illustration of what I literally just said is, I swear to god I just typed Arknights tier list on Google, opened the first YouTube link, went on a random frame, and this is what I saw. Okay,
yeah. Oh man.
now explain to me why blue poison is better than May. In what situation? What
Yeah, this still is buns. Like generally buns. Like okay.
are main points compared to May? What are May's main points compared to BP? Because only by head I can think of easily 5 points why I would want to upgrade May instead of blue poison. Don't get it twisted, I have nothing against this type of content. It's good slop to consume, but it's ultimately supremely uninformative. In order to know if a unit is good or not, what they can do that other units can't, and what are their main selling points, there is only one option: play them. And that's about it for this video, guys. This was my take, not really on the controversy itself, but on a broader scale.
Well, I think tier list can be like I still think that tier list is better. Like there's some characters that's not worth it to build, right? Or not worth it to build than the other characters. Like I feel like tier list still is important in a game in a way. Like especially for a gacha game where the meta is ever changing. Like you don't know if these characters are worth pulling or not. Like like or is it worth building or not compared to these other characters. And I feel like tier what you call tier list is still a good way to kinda indicate that, and it gives a very clear view of it in a way. But I guess but I think the problem is the format. They need a better format for the like because Arknights is a very unique game compared to other gacha games because it requires different like it requires you to think in a different way of how useful the characters is. So because it's a strategy anime, it's it's a strategy game where it requires strategy in some cases for their abilities. Like just because you have wizard, it doesn't mean you can immediately storm through the game, right? Like I've experienced that before, using wizard support and then still losing. Like it's funny, but yeah, that's for story stages. It's very hard because it's very hard to judge what kind of how do you want to judge a character is good in a because you can make like for example what is that too like Pride Win. Like I think even though people don't like Pride Win trailers, I feel like Pride Win trailers is still better than the norm compared to other tier lists because I feel like they do give like because they not only get opinion from what I call players, they also yeah they give get opinions from player and they test it out and then they know how strong they are. Like and I feel like I think the problem with Akra is just there's no definitely way to for now like for now there's no way for them to kind of scale the characters. They have modules that kind of make them strong and sometimes make them weak. Like it's so hard to kind of see. And another problem is that Arknights has so much characters compared to other games. Like they have so many characters. Like generally, like it's gonna be very hard to kind of calculate all the usefulness and like for like cat like Pradwin, like I usually watch HSR's tier list because HSR tier list is what I use the most whenever I build characters because I play HSR compared to other gachas. HSR is the gacha game that I play the most. But the way they kind of what I call um the way they divide the categories is DPS, sub DPS, and then sustainer and support. But for Arknights, they literally have 6 archetypes, and the specialist archetypes just do different things, and sometimes the archetypes just do different things as well. So it's very hard to to kind of what I call judge and probably scale the characters properly in a gaming format, in a what I call in a meta format. But yeah, that's just the nature of Arknights. Like super sad. Arknights is a sandbox game.
As to what you should do, in my opinion.
Not like other gacha game where it's not a sandbox game anymore. It's a meta chasing game.
I think giving a definite evaluation about a unit barely 24 hours after it got released is pretty meaningless, as there's way too many contents to try them on, and maybe they have a secret application somewhere that everybody disregarded. And instead of having meaningless wars of who is right or not, I think it's best to wait a bit and see how things go for said units. Anyway, if you like this video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.
Like even like I think the problem with what I call with Arknights that Arknights what I call IS kind of similar to Universe from what I call HSR where the characters just can become so stronger but with just when you have the right buff and relics like with Arknights. They don't they what they like is probably a game what you call an end game. I don't know about CC. Like I don't know how CC works yet. Like same with what called Stronghold Protocol. I don't know. Is that considered end game? I actually don't know. But and there's also RA, right? Like because let me like there's also Wuthering Waves too, right? Like let me show you HSR tier list. Like HSR tier list doesn't really like okay that's not what I want to do. Wait, stop. Like they have 3 end games. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. Jesus, back. Let me continue with this with the disciplining. Yeah, okay. As you can see here, they do have amplifiers, support DPS, sustain, but they have 3 end games that just I feel like works better. And the end games doesn't really sometimes does it does depends on the enemy. Sometimes the enemy has resistance to these characters or some other characters, but sometimes the enemies does yeah. Well, but even though they have this tier list, they don't never did a tier list for simulated universe, which is like I said similar to IS, and the reason probably is because it's too random. Like I feel like like arguing how good a character is using IS as the what I call focal point is very hard because anyone can become strong in the game mode if they're lucky enough. Like any unit can become strong if they just have the right buff for their so-called characters. Well, I don't know about CC just yet. Like I said, I don't know, but I feel like I think Arknights just let the end game like in game that requires you to what I call see the not that doesn't really. Well, I don't think Arknights should have that kind of character when I think about it. Yeah, it's impossible. Like I feel like Arknights tier is just kind of impossible when you really think about it. Like generally, because it's like I said, it's a strategy game, and like even characters like games like ZZ, Wuthering Waves, Honka Star Rail, and a Genshin doesn't require strategy. They just need you to dodge. Well, for Honkai Star Rail, it doesn't require that much strategy. There's like I feel like in the old days it did require a bit of strategy because of the mechanics and everything and the turn. Like there is some cases of it's not really strategy. It's more like yeah, it's not strategy. It's just timing. That's all. Like it's just you need a new skill after this happen and then they die and yeah it's just turn thing so it doesn't require strategy while Arknights requires strategy. Like without strategy they are kind of hard to yeah without like it requires strategy and you cannot really what I call skill or make a tier list based on strategies or you cannot skill strategy. Yeah, I think that's the problem. You cannot skill strategy. Like probably can make a tier list where the DPS where the characters does the most damage, with no buffs or anything. Yeah, they probably can do that. Same with support and sustain and amplifier. I feel like this tier list can, but this type of thing can happen. But yeah, I feel like the highest damage scaling, like the numbers, the pure numbers of it as a one unit, and then the support DPS. I don't know how support DPS is gonna work for Arknights. That's even support DPS even works in Arknights. I don't think so. And then we have the amplifier. I feel like Arknights doesn't have that much amplifier. Like for the amplifier that I know that I use sometimes is our girl. Wow, Warfarin. Warfarin is the only amplifier that I know, but yeah. And then we have sustain. Sustain probably like the shielders doesn't sustain in this context, I think. So this would be just healers. But even then, like some other games, Arknights didn't need a healer that much if they can deal enough damage sometimes. I don't know. Like I don't think Arknights doesn't like for what I've seen, Arknights doesn't really need from what I've seen and played, like I see that Arknights needs healer, but from IS, I don't think they need healer them. I don't know. Healer is still important though. But yeah, that's what I think as a someone who play other gacha games and kind of seeing this controversy about meta and everything. Like Arknights just there's no numerical way numerical is that when there's no way to kind of analyze or judge the what I call it, the usefulness of them in a meta other than pure numbers. But even then, even numbers cannot really give the right, like even pure numbers or calculation cannot. I don't think, yeah, even pure numbers and calculation cannot really give justification for for them to be in that what I call, they can make them put them higher in the tier list or something. Like I said with the Arknight tier list, I do use it sometimes, but after I realized some of the characters just doesn't deserve to be this low. For the biggest example is probably the, let me show you, like the fact that, what I call, the fact that, well, wait, oh, she's here. Why is she so low? What the heck? The fact that Crown Slayer is just bogus. And then this, the fact that Quora is here, and but then you put, like fucking, like, look at where our girl is. Even even Beanstalk is here for some reason. I don't know why. Like the fact that where are you? Where's that girl? Oh man, I should. Okay, this is just becomes stupid. This what is that? What the fuck? Where is she actually? Yeah, the fact that Gami is so low is insane to me. Like you saying that Gami is the same level as Beagle, as, I don't want to say Korean is bad, but come on, like what? As why Robot is so low though? What the heck? As Plume, like generally this deal is buns generally, but maybe it's not that bad. Maybe some of the characters I just have, I don't know. Like the fact that some characters are worse, even though the character is obviously way more more deserved to build than the other character is insane. But yeah, I think that's all. This video becomes way more longer than I thought. Like 5 minutes video becomes 20 minutes suddenly. But yeah, I think that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Please enjoy, please subscribe, and please share the video to see more of my content. And yeah, peace out.